There's a number of challenges for us that stand in the way of business and industry recruitment. And in this high-tech era, you can't compete if you don't have reliable, redundant, affordable broadband fiber. Because we don't have a large congested population with a loud voice making a demand that we sometimes get set aside, I won't say that we're forgotten, but it's also on us to raise our voice. And so our support for Senate Bill 5679 is us raising our voice saying we need access to this technology. We need fair and equal access to this technology, and this bill will help us help ourselves. Cuts occur because we don't have redundancy in that system. It knocks out all of Ritzville's telecom support. And what that means to Adams County, it knocks out the 911 system because our Adams County courthouse, the county seat is Ritzville. That's where our 911 dispatch center is. And so when that occurs, you create holy chaos. We had a couple of assaults, we had a couple of fires, we had 3 car accidents, a domestic violence case, and an attempted suicide case during that period of time, all of which are things that need immediate emergency response. And when you have that delay, because your system's completely wiped out, it really opens your eyes. It also was a showcase for me of the impact on local businesses. Regardless of the type of business, everyone's connected to the internet. And if they're connected to that system and it goes down, it hinders commerce. So our gas stations, our convenience stores, they closed. They couldn't pump gas because all of their systems were attached to an electronic monitoring system. They couldn't do transactions because everybody uses their debit card these days. If you can't process a debit card, you can't transact a sale. Our local pharmacy couldn't receive electronic prescriptions from a doctor who's located immediately across the street. So patients were not able to get medication refills or new meds to deal with their illnesses. All 4 of our banks closed. It was quite an experience. And so our small rural town, which needs every opportunity to make a buck, to capture a dollar, was shut down for 12 hours. You can't do that 2, 3, 4 times a year and continue to be sustainable, let alone talk to new companies and potential employers trying to recruit them and have to say to them, we're not reliable or redundant in our fiber network, and so your service, your ability to do your job, run your business could be hindered from that infrastructure challenge. Our situation is, how could it possibly be that we have a large telecommunication provider who's providing us a service, but it's not reliable? How could that be? Why are we not important enough to have reliable service? And so our situation today is, we want options. We want ways to help ourselves if we can't rely on a large telecom because we're small and we're rural. One of the great ideas with the Senate Bill 5679 is that the Port of Othello, which is located in Adams County, would have an opportunity to build critical infrastructure in the broadband fiber world. And that could not only help Ritzville, it could help Othello, it could help West-Tuckna, it could help the town of Lynn. Essentially, we could take an entire rural county and light it. 2,000 of the students in that school district were given tablets. That's fantastic. We're putting an electronic tool in a student's hand. But when they go home and they can't access the internet to be able to effectively use that tablet to do their homework, there's a breakdown. And we have to solve that breakdown. And being able to construct our own infrastructure would really solve the riddle. Our towns are trying to survive. We're talking about Eastern Washington communities, rural towns that are at risk on any given day because they haven't had that metropolitan community type experience of diversification of business and industry. We have more eggs in fewer baskets. And in Ritzville's case, we have all of our eggs in the wheat production basket. That is where our legacy and our history comes from. And agriculture drives us. But in this day and age, even agriculture is high tech. And so if we can't have that strong, reliable fiber connection, how do we do high-tech ag industry in Ritzville? To me, that just seems wrong. And it also seems wrong to be located right next to Interstate 90, where we see 20,000 cars a day flying by, and we can't have high-speed fiber flying into our town. If you don't grow, you die. And so our scenario here is we really have a desperate situation in my mind in terms of having the right infrastructure to be able to survive, to be sustainable, and to make sure that our families and our communities, our immigrant families, our second generation immigrant students, all have a great opportunity as Americans.